You are watching Limited Resources Draft Series on MTGO Academy, featuring Marshall Sutcliffe.
Hey guys, Marshall here from Limited Resources doing another video for MTGOacademy.com, and we are underway with Journey into Nyx. It's release time. Let's take a look at our pack. We've got Bearer of the Heavens, not really interested in casting an 8-drop very much. Cyclops of Eternal Fury is pretty underwhelming. Solidarity of Heroes, very, very conditional. I don't think it's really that playable. Desperate Stand, I'm not very impressed by. It's a sorcery speed combat trick, which really makes it not much of a trick at all. I'm sort of keeping my eye on that one. Supply Line Cranes, I love. Lagana Brown Trailblazer's okay. Cloak Siren's pretty decent. Feast of Dreams seems nice. Destroy target enchantment creature or enchanted creature, so that you're going to be able to hit something. And then last but not least, the happiest Elmer there ever was. It's Golden Hind. I think I'm actually going to take Golden Hind out of this pack. I love what this card does. It ramps your mana, it beats down, and that is just a really potent combo. By the way, here's Sad Elmer. There he is. Let's take a look at what we got here. Oakheart Dryads is a card I like quite a bit. Whenever it enters the battlefield or another enchantment, you get to pump something until end of turn, which is pretty nice. Spire Spine is an interesting one. 4/1 for 3 mana, but it's got a block. And if you bestow it on something, that's got a block. I think the game plan with this card is just to bestow it on something and start attacking. It's just like, get that blocking off of there. Nobody cares about that. Just hit them for 4 extra damage. If you want to join the clan, you can just send me a message here on Magic Online as well, and I'll get you an invite. The only requirements that you got to love Magic and you can't be a jerk. Pretty easy. Oresco's Swift Claw's nice as well. A 3/1 for 2 mana. Just beats down really, really hard. I've just been impressed by it. A Crow and Linebreaker is okay. I think I'm going to take the Oakheart Dryads here just to stay in green. We don't really know where we're going yet. Oh, all right. Some decent stuff here for sure. Knowledge and Power. I want it to be good. I don't think that it is. Underworld Coinsmith is good. Look at that. 2/2 for 2 mana, but you got to be in the right colors, and we're not. So we're not going to be picking that here. I like Oppressive Raise a lot in an aggressive deck. You can play this on their creature and basically take it out of the equation for, well, I mean, if you're really aggressive for the duration of the game. Freak is Chosen, of course, is a card that I like a lot. It's a reprint basically of Sedge Scorpion, and I like that. Flame Speaker's Will. What does this do again? Enchanted creature you control gets blah blah blah. Oh yeah, that one. No, I'm not a big fan of that one. Sigil Skink is okay. I like Pin of the Earth a lot too, but I don't think that it's necessarily what we're going to want to be doing in this deck. I think I'm just going to take the Farika's Chosen here. Forgeborn Oreads is interesting. Whenever Forgeborn Oreads, it basically has Constellation, it pings something. So you get to play this and ping it, you know. Oh yeah. Yeah, that must be what he was talking about. All right. Cruel Feeding is fine, whatever. Phalanx Formation. Still don't think that this card is really the real deal. I want to be able to pump up my creatures. This is ridiculous, though. A Magma Spray this late in the pack. Not that it's insane, but like Blade Tusk Spore plus Magma Spray is quite nice. And I'm going to be taking that one for sure. Magma Spray is really basically premium removal in this set. Dictate of the Twin Gods. Oh man, we could go off. This pack is basically the same otherwise. There's a Blade Tusk Boar here, which I'm probably just going to take. You can do some things in Limited with Dictate of the Twin Gods, but the downside is that you have to be the one to cast this card. You have to pay the 5 mana. You have to pay a card for it, and both players get the thing. Now, ideally, you flash this in on end step and then kill your opponent. But I'm just going to take Blade Tusk Boar. It asks lower setup costs, and it just is a very, very solid creature. Which one is this? Wildfire Cerberus. Monstrosity 1. When it becomes monster, does 2 damage to each opponent each. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. It's a 4/3 for 5 mana, which is not unreasonable, not exciting per se. I like Magma Spray a lot. The other card out of that pack was the Aurazoa, or whatever you want to call him. That blue card looks pretty sweet, too. Not much here, though. Nature's Panoply, let's see. Right. And just pumps them a little bit. I'm going to take this Cerberus, I guess. What does this one do? Oh, yeah, this one's sweet. A little clunky, though. Probably going to... Oh, interesting. I'm either going to take Starfall or Flurry of Horns. I like this card. I like Nyx Fleece Ram, too. That card's cool. There's another skink there. Flurry of Horns gives you 2/2/3 red Minotaurs, and they both have haste. So, like, you can actually, you know, for 5 mana, you're getting 4 power and 6 toughness with haste. That's pretty good for red. I'll do that. Pensive Minotaur. You're not very exciting. Maybe I just want to take in a Crowan Mastiff here. Or maybe a Feast of Dreams. Yeah, I'll take a Feast of Dreams here. We might not be playing these green cards. I'm okay with that. Lightning Diadem is, let's see, enter the bell. Oh yeah, that thing's too expensive. All of these are kind of too expensive though when you really look at it. Sure. Font of Return, Cast into Darkness. Golden Hide Ox, I guess. This one makes stuff get blocked. Target creature must be blocked. I don't really know where our deck's going. I mean, we could be black. Like, I think black-red looks better than green-red right now. I'll take a Font of Return just in case we end up in a really grindy scenario. None of these are really good for us. I'll take Knowledge and Power, but I don't think we're going to run it. We definitely don't need a second Font of Return, but we just don't need any of those cards. What does this one do? Oh, yeah, this one's weird. I don't really know what to make of it. I don't think it's very good, but I'm going to take it here anyway because there's nothing else. All right, well, this pack ended up being a bit of a mess for us, to be honest. We got some decent red cards here with Blade Tuskboar, Magma Spray, and then I think these ones are okay. Our black cards are just okay as well. Pharika's Chosen and Feast of Dreams are cool. Font of Returns, meh. Golden Hind's really good. Oakheart Dryads is just okay, but we only have 2 green cards, so we're going to have to open something pretty insane. What we're looking for here is to hammer on red in Born of the Gods. We know how good red is in Born of the Gods. Think of it. Fall of the Hammer, Bolt of Keranos. Like, let's scoop up as many of those as we can get here. And then we're going to try to set up our secondary color for the third pack. Okay, interesting. We did open up a Fall of the Hammer, but we also got a really nice green rare, which we can still be green-red. I mean, these cards are not, you know, must-plays or whatever. With Hunter's Prowess, a card I like quite a bit, actually. Very, very powerful card, too. Sometimes it just kills your opponent. Other times it sets you up to kill them as the game goes longer. Now, we could just take Fall of the Hammer here, though, and be fairly happy with that, staying in red and kind of figuring out what our secondary color is down the line. Fall of the Hammer is very, very powerful, too. I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to stick to my guns here, keep taking red cards, and then we'll move in on another color when it becomes way more apparent. Like, here's Asphyxiate Painseer. But again, we just have a really solid red option, and if we're going to be red, let's take Bolt of Keranos and Fall of the Hammer and see where that takes us a little bit later. All right, first thing, red cards. Nope. No. I mean, not that these aren't playable, but they're not really exciting. So let's see what we've got in other colors now. Black. Well, there's an Adunos River Trawler, which can be good. It might not be. It kind of depends. Forsaken Drifter, Warchander of Mogus, meh. Green, there's Nyxborn Wolf and Snake of the Golden Grove, both absolutely playable cards that would make the cut probably. In white, there's Elite Skirmisher and Revoke, okay, and then in blue, there's Flitterstep, Eidolon, and Nyxborn Triton, all which are kind of better than most of these other cards here. Probably best to take the Nyxborn Wolf here, I guess. Maybe that or the Adunos River Trawler. Yeah, let's try the Trawler. I think Feast of Dreams is probably enough to pull us over in that direction a little bit. Immediately Punished, or are we? Yeah, we kind of are. Raised by Wolves gets shipped to us, and that's the best card in this pack. I'm think I'm going to take that here. I'm still not fully committed to a second color here. It's a little concerning that there's actual 0 red cards here, but yeah, sometimes that happens, I guess. And similar stuff here. Really nothing great, but green cards are coming around for us. So I think I'm going to take the Nessian Demoloch here. Now this is interesting. There's a Satyr Wayfinder. And no red cards again. We're definitely getting cut to the right on red, and quite hard, I might say. But as we can see, green is definitely open for us here. Black is reasonably open as well. Probably want Ferris Band Tromper here. Another solid 4-drop. Either that or we're taking Swordwise Centaur. Swordwise Centaur makes our Satyr Wayfinder a little worse. Like, it makes our splashes at all just a little bit worse. It is probably a better card, though, than Ferris Band Tromper. Let's take the Centaur here. Let's commit a little. Yeah. I think we should commit a little. Nothing here for us. Guess I'll take a Titan. Alright, this makes things more interesting. Let's just take Peregrination and maybe just assume that we're Jund. We're just looking to be 3 colors potentially. Mortal's Resolve. Like, and if we are, I think that we'd just be splashing black. Like right now, Feast of Dreams and Pharika's Chosen are the only 2 that I really care about. And even then, they're probably not really worth splashing for. River Trawler right now we can't actually activate. I think we just want to kind of try to beat people down the good old-fashioned way with beefy creatures and red removal. Snake of the Golden Grove or a Reckless Reveler. We're heavy at 2. We're also heavy at 5, and there's going to be lots of 5s that we're going to find in the next pack too. So I'm going to stick to the Reveler here, even though I do think that the Snake is a pretty good card. Aspect of Hydra might make the cut. War Chanter will not. Let's cut black for now. Or let's leave in Feast of Dreams. And see where this takes us. Well, things started off well for us because we weren't getting cut, but we should get hooked up in red now. There was no red going through us there in this whole entire pack. Timret the Murder King, not bad, but I think we can just stick to good old Nessian Asp, everybody's favorite 2-headed snake. Timret probably will come back. Card's not that popular. We're stacked up at 5 once again, so we're already over the limit a little bit here. Cards like Golden Hind, ramp cards certainly look better. Here's another Nessian Asp, though, and I am going to take it. So we're probably going to cut this Wildfire Cerberus. I'm going to take the Lightning Strike over the Sedge Scorpion or the Nylea's Disciple here. We're a little light on creatures, but our top end's pretty sweet. Oakheart Dryads, solid 3, Bolt of Keranos. We're really heavy at 2 and at 5, which is really interesting. Peregrination's probably not making the cut currently. Would love to see any Voyaging Satyrs or anything along those lines. Okay, Dragon Mantle, 2-headed Cerberus, Vulpine Goliath not really needed here. Titan Strength. I like Dragon Mantle over Titan Strength in a deck like this. Just getting some card draw going is really nice. 2-headed Cerberus, though, is okay here. We don't really have a lot to make it good. Like, we've got like a Mortal's Resolve and a few other little things. But, yeah, I think I'm just going to take the Dragon Mantle here. I'm a little concerned because we're down to 10 cards. But I think we have a better chance to wheel the Cerberus than the Mantle. Here's a Labyrinth Champion. I'll take that. I would also play Savage Surge, Agent of Horizons, but I like Labyrinth Champion. All right, Sedge Scorpion or Borderland Minotaur. I think we just want the Minotaur here. I want to be able to beat down. Wow. This pack's pretty stacked up. And I'll take Perforos's Emissary here. Anger of the Gods or Minotaur Skullcleaver. Probably still just Anger of the Godsing here. With this type of top end, we can still use Anger of the Gods, even if it kills a couple of our things, to kill their pesky things and just clean up the game with our fatties. So I'm going to take it over the Skullcleaver, even though I like the Skullcleaver quite a bit. Also, there's just draws that you get with Anger of the Gods where your opponent goes like 1-drop, true drop, and you just like, well, okay, the first spell I'm playing this game is this one, and then you just get them. Satyr, Rambler, or Agent of Horizons that we very likely will not be able to actually activate. I'm still going to take the Agent. I would rather have a 3-2 here, I think, and just be able to beat down. Farika's Mender would go fine in this deck, especially if we end up splashing a little bit, but it doesn't look like we're going to splash. I think we're just going to just run it. And if that's the case, we're just going to take a Death Bellorator. Yeah, this one's the most annoying blocker. Probably going to start this one in the sideboard. I mean, it's really strong. Like, if you read it, it's like... You can really get them, but we're a little... We got 3 cuts to make here, and I think we're a little too heavy at 5. And I guess I could cut the Demolock and keep the Cerberus, especially just in the vein of wanting to try it out. That'll probably happen. Wayfinder's a maybe. Hind is absolutely in. Probably in. Destroy target enchantment or land. All right, keep that one in mind. Double Asp is ridiculous. Could not be more happy about that. Font of Ire is a maybe. Death Bellorator is a maybe. All right, this leaves us at 11 creatures, so we are going to need to pick some creatures here. We can go with Death Bellorator and Reckless Reveler. I think I am going to leave the Demolock in the board, and I think I'm going to leave the Font of Ire in the board as well. So if we want 2 creatures, I think we probably want the 2 most aggressive ones, which are these. I mean, I'm a fan of Satyr Wayfinder even just for value, but I don't know. It does feel like we have a deck that can sort of beat down here. So I think this is what our deck looks like. I want to try out this and this. I know how good Nessian Demolock is, and it's actually pretty good. It's better than it looks. I don't know how good either of these is. I haven't played with or against either of these yet. I gave this one a pretty high grade on the set review. I don't remember what I gave this one, but I think I gave it a pretty, C+, B- E range as well. It just seems pretty solid. A 4-3 for 5 is okay. I mean, a little embarrassing that we get it for 4, but that ability's good. I mean, that's probably going to kill something and hit them for a couple. Makes this thing a 5-4, which is a huge difference. Is Aspect of Hydra worth running in this deck? Let's see, we've got a Swordwise Centaur, a Golden Hind, a Dryads, this thing, and then some bigger stuff. No, I don't think we can actually run that. Let's take that one out. I like being able to run that, but it has to like do +2/+2 at least the majority of the time, and I don't think it's doing that here. So if that's the case, I think we're just going to run the Wayfinder here for value. All right. Let us add lands. I don't think this is a 10-7. I think this is going to be a 9-8, mainly because we're heavy red, so we are going to want to skew towards red, but we've got this Golden Hind is pretty important. If we can turn to the Golden Hind, that allows us to cast some stuff that we maybe not normally would be able to and get up into this range a little bit quicker. We're not really maximizing our Labyrinth Champion, but we do have ways to use it. We've got Dragon Mantle, which uses it. Fall the Hammer, Mortal's Resolve also works for it. And then we've got Perforos' Emissary as well that we can put on it. So not exactly abusing it, but enough stuff that, I mean, usually just getting 1 activation off of it's good enough. That's why I was hoping to run this. All right, let's submit and let's see what this deck can do.